Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, this thing on. Yeah, it is. Hello everyone, it's me, Hyperwars here, and today I want to welcome you to the first official Rising Phoenix team selection. So, I'm actually here joined by two of the drivers for the season. If you'd like to introduce yourselves, I don't care who goes first.
Hi, I'm Rutai or RTYT.
I am Agent Limitless.
No, I want you to state your actual name.
Oh, hi, I'm Dan.
No, Limitless. Your actual name.
I am Theo.
No, your actual name.
Okay. Agent Wingless.
Thank you. That's all we need to hear. Come on, why do you make everything so difficult?
Haven't heard that in a while.
So I'm just linking the stream in the chat, hence why I'm, just making jokes with Wingless here. As we do.
I thought you were speaking to both of us.
No, I don't care about your actual names. Your way. Yeah. The Limitless here must be called Wingless at all times. Unless he's not got a wing, then he's called Limitless because we're awkward like that.
Yeah.
And welcome to the chat, Robbie, and to anyone else who's joining in for this stream. Now, like I'd say, do go support our channel. Link is in the chat, or if you're watching us on YouTube, thanks for being here. So we're actually going to get underway with the only two drivers here for the two driver interviews. Then we're going to go on to the team selection, which will be, done through here. I'll just say, the teams. And after that, we'll have some driver, post-in-team thing selection crap, driver interviews. Just to see how they think the season's going to go, what they think of their teammate, or if they don't know their teammate, then what do you think they'll be like? And yeah, maybe we can talk about the calendar. This stream should only take about half an hour to 45 minutes, so if any of you got races at 8, which I know some of you do, like racing PSGL or OBRC, actually I need to be done by 8:30, yeah, that's the point. So yeah, it won't be that long, but anyway, let's get into the interviews. Which one of you two would like to start?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay, so this is only about Season 0 and what we've thought of Rising Phoenix so far and what team you expect to have. So for you, how do you think Season 0 went? It's obviously the season we've just been through.
For me personally, it's not gone the best. It's not gone to plan really. I've been really unlucky with some incidents on track and some of my own mistakes. So
fair enough. Obviously, Abu Dhabi finished yesterday. But was that good for you?
No, because I could have finished in the podium. I was fighting for podium positions because I came into the pits for the late stop with only 10 laps to go, put on soft tyres and just belt out fastest laps.
Yeah, well.
But obviously the contact happened and ruined that plan altogether.
Well, hopefully that won't happen this season, will it? Well, we hope
hopefully.
Not.
Yes, hopefully.
We hope not. pray it doesn't. As for your team this season, what do you hope to get, or what do you think you'll get?
I don't know. I'm not. I hope I don't get in a Williams because I absolutely hate that cockpit.
Oh well, you may be disappointed.
Seriously.
We're going to leave that to the next part. But how's your experience of Rising Phoenix been so far? Like the admin team, the way we've sorted out incidents and stuff, and our new rules set as well, which will also be spoken about in this segment somewhere.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been consistent, I'll say that much.
Okay. As long as we're consistent, that means we're not going down. We're also not going up either, so... Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of the decisions I thought have been like, well... But it's okay. I could deal with it. I'm a big boy.
Yes. We're all men here. Apart from the who aren't. Anyway, well, thank you for coming on today. And Wingless.
Yes.
Hi.
Good morning.
So, how did season 0 go for you?
Well, I did the first 5 races, I think.
When-
Which went okay. I think I
I
was.
think even like the first 7 actually, but yeah, close enough.
I can't remember. And I don't know, I scored quite a few podiums behind BP and Alfieri, who were too fast for me really. But I scored
Aw.
a few podiums, had a pretty bad race in Baku, I think it was.
Did you lose your wing there?
I lost half of it.
Oh, that's a shame. If any of you remember old SSR, big old jokes there. So, yeah. Well, yeah. Fun
And
times.
then obviously I did the race last night.
At
I got
Abu
a
Dhabi.
podium, which wasn't too bad.
First
Yeah,
podium in like
because-
2 months.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
But,
you
mainly
broke your arm,
because
didn't I?
everyone's- Well, yeah, like 6 weeks ago, I broke my collarbone and my arm.
Ooh. Well, if you're right now, that means you're fit enough to race.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you've known us for a while here at Rising Phoenix. You know, basically the best drivers here because they've all been from, well, at least you've known the ones who have been here the longest because, like, me, Hassan, BP, FP, Opiolu, Tibson, we were all part of SSR. But how are you liking it so far, anyway?
Well, I am liking it. I like the decent grids we get because I can't remember what the league was called, but when I first joined, you want your league in F1 2017, there wasn't many people. At one point, we had like five drivers, and I used to win quite a lot of the races. And now there's so much more competition, where I'm going to really struggle to win more races against other top drivers. So I like the competition that the league has now.
Good. Final question before we get on to the big thing. What team do you want, or, as RTYT said, don't want?
Well, I don't mind. I like teams that I just like cars that look cool from the TV pod camera, and I don't really think any of them look terribly bad. But I guess I just want a good teammate to drive the other cars. So.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Is you two are teammates. Jokes, not really. So, anyway, we're moving on for our first section. I'm just checking the messages on PlayStation quickly. Yeah, we've got non-extras. Sometimes weirdly, I get messages like in the stream chat on PlayStation, but not on YouTube, just as I have swear words in. And I'm like, why you do this, YouTube? But now, before we move on to the team announcements, which is why everyone's here, I'm just going to go through a few of the new rules for this season, just in case drivers haven't figured it out yet or haven't looked in the chat. So for everyone to know, we will now be having, if I just go to the host options here, this is all staying the same, apart from a session start time that is customised, so that people don't get blinded by the sun. That's something the admins and I sorted out near the end of last season, so no sun blinding in quali or in the race. The race is still almost the same. Actually, no, I think it is completely the same here. Yeah, everything here is completely the same. No AI, obviously. Stupid for a league. Braking assist is on down to medium now. It was on high because we had a driver at one point who needed it, but now we're moving it down. Traction controls on full. Gearbox and automatic. Pit release has been turned off for the first time in this league. Again, we had a long chat about this, but drivers need to learn it eventually, so it's turning off. Dynamic racing line is now on corners only, and ERS is staying on automatic. We also have the introduction of penalty points. Each driver will have 15 a season. If you're in a team of 2, or both of, for example, if there's 2 drivers sharing a car, which I'll get into later, the 2 drivers who are sharing that car will have 8 points each. In all fair, just to be fair on them. So like they don't have loads too many, but they also don't have too little. So we just halved it for them. And those penalty points we're giving out for many incidents. But anyway, without further ado, I think it's time to check chat one last time and then go into the team announcements. So, we'll ask you to it here. What team should we start off with?
I'll just go from Mercedes down to Williams in whatever order.
So finish off Williams, start Mercedes, or
Maybe the other way around. Start with Williams.
Okay. Well, I think have I got a different order? Oh yes, I do actually have a different order on here. Okay, that's a little bit confusing, but I might as well just start off with the most confusing team because that's how we do. So in the Toro Rosso this season, we're ignoring Williams to start off with. In the Toro Rosso, we have 4 drivers having 2 seats. So under driver 1, aka Daniel Kvyat, we have RKI and BJ. BJ racing on the Fridays, RKI racing on the Saturdays, in that seat as driver number 1. RKI has a league on Fridays, so he can't race. And BJ, because he's Australian, really struggles to make it on the Saturdays. So he'll only race on the Fridays. So they're driver number 1. In the second driver spot, for Alexander Albon, technically, we have Vinny and High Grade. High Grade could make both days, but he's decided to help him and improve himself. He's only racing on the Fridays, whilst Vinny, our good old friend over in America, has work Fridays, so he has to go at Saturdays. So Vinny and High Grade will be taking up driver number 2 spot. Now, before we get into any of the other teams, I also need to say that there are first drivers and second drivers in this. Now, these can change over the course of a season, but first drivers must be in driver number 1's seat. So if you're first driver at a Mercedes, you must be in that first seat of the Mercedes. However, if you're in a second driver spot, you have to be in the second driver's seat. Now, this doesn't mean really too much, except if you're a second driver, you're more likely to receive offers from a lower team if you're doing very well. However, if you're a first driver and you're doing very poorly, you're very likely to get demoted to a second driver or be moved down a team. So second drivers have the chance to move up, first drivers are more likely to move down, in a sense. But also, if you're a first driver at a team like, I don't know, let's say McLaren, let's say you're Carlos Sainz, and you're doing extremely well and better than Valtteri Bottas, you could be moved mid-season to the Mercedes. So that's just a slight off point there. So our next team will be the Williams. RTYC. Should we start with driver number 2 or driver number 1?
We'll go for driver number 1.
Hey, driver number 1 in the Williams is Agent Limitless.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Emotional. Emotional.
It's the Williams. I don't mind driving in the Williams because it looks cool and it looks better than some of the other cars. I don't mind.
You're George Russell, so nice one, George. And our only disabled person F1 has UK as his driver number 2. So Limitless, you have Has UK for the season.
Yeah.
Now moving up into the Alpha, driver number 1 is Tibson. Moving down, obviously, from the Mercedes last season. And driver number 2, moving up from the Williams, is Bazooka Joe. Now moving on to Racing Point. Driver number 1 and a definite team leader is Mago HD, with driver number 2 being Alba. That's a preference of name there that I had to say because the person, it was just like, if you don't say my name, I'm leaving. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's a joke, by the way. Anyway, moving on to McLaren. First driver is Season 0 champion Black Phoenix. And driver number 2 is a brand new person to this league, Buttons Back, who will be Lando Norris. Artie Whitey knows him well.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an OP team there.
That's good. Yeah, I think, yeah.
McLaren might win this year. Anyway,
Yeah.
in the Haas is Hassan Daddy, Limitless's old teammate, and Colin. So Hassan Daddy being driver number 1, Colin as driver number 2. Now we're up to our top 4 teams. In Renault is one new guy and one guy who's been in this league for a while. So driver number 1 is Luke Vettel YouTube. Driver number 2 is Artie Whitey.
I like
I'm going
yeah.
to get back to that.
That's well.
I'll get back to your later, don't worry. Now, up to our top 3 teams, we have 6 drivers left. I'm going to read them out in random orders of the 6 drivers who are left, just so they don't know exactly their team. So, we have Racing Maestro, SSR Phoenix, Crackerjack, Swanee 2K15, Paraplays, Mansell's Back. One of them is a brand new driver. The rest have all been in here for quite a while. So, driver number 1 for Red Bull is Swanee 2K15. With driver number 2 being Racing Maestro, having the biggest move actually from Williams to Red Bull. So well done him. Next, in Ferrari, the only person who's actually stayed at their team is driver number 1, SSR Phoenix, who's now alongside new boy Mansell's Back after Ohiolu unfortunately left us. So, that leaves our final 2 drivers. Driver 1 for Mercedes is Crackerjack, with driver 2 being Paraplays. And there concludes our teams. But I would just like to say we do have 2 reserves this season currently. They are the Shanman Can and Oliver Coleman Toast. Or Toist, however he likes to say it. So those 2 will be just hopping into cars when we need them. And they'll be here. And as we're at the end of the stream, well, almost the end, I think it's time just to get a few last minute thoughts on how you think the season's going to go. Are you happy with your teams? Are you upset with them? Do you think they could have been improved? What do you think of everyone else's? And yeah. So Limitless, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
So what's it like being in Williams?
I don't mind. I don't know. I quite like how the Williams looks.
You like
And
toothpaste then?
Yes.
That's good.
I don't really know how good Has UK is, my teammate. Not too sure.
Well,
I haven't raced against him.
Well, Has UK was RT Whitey's teammate from last season, and RT Whitey beat him.
I don't know how good RT.
Well, fair enough.
Because some of these people I haven't raced against.
Well, fair enough. Well, there's a reason you're driver 1, I'll just say that. And there's a reason everyone's driver 1, because in my opinion they're better than their teammate, but that is for them to prove. So, I'm expecting a few upsets from second drivers here. And how do you think your season's going to go? Where do you expect to kind of finish? Like, a placement for your team and yourself?
In maybe aim for like top 6 in the championship, which I don't know if
that's fairly reasonable. I'd say that, yeah.
Because I know there are fast people like Black Phoenix in the league that I'll struggle to beat. But overall, I think I could possibly get a top 6 in this one.
What about in the team constructors?
I guess, well, maybe try and get third, but then I guess you'd have to settle for fourth or fifth, I guess.
Okay. That's good then. And have you seen the calendar yet, by the way?
I've seen it a tiny bit. I don't know off by heart, but I know we're starting with Australia and then Bahrain, I think.
That's how most calendars start, yes. Well, if you haven't seen that, guys, at the end of this stream, go and check out our calendar video, which was the first video we uploaded on this channel. So yeah, go check that out. Limitless, I suggest you do that.
I will.
Yeah, good. Go do it.
I will.
Okay. But yeah, so obviously you haven't seen the calendar. I'll pop that question quickly over to RTYC. Have you seen the calendar yet?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
I want to talk to someone about the calendar. I just want to ask what you think of the calendar. So just, okay.
Well, this one thing would be a nice surprise.
Well, yeah.
It is Australia.
Australia and
That's all.
Bahrain, then Canada. That's your first 3 tracks. So, Limitless, how do you think you're going to do the first three tracks? There, I'll give you that.
Australia. Normally, Australia is pretty average for me because I'm not sure. I normally struggle there a little bit.
Isn't Australia average for everyone though?
Well, yeah, it's quite hard to overtake.
Yeah.
That normally means there's going to be a few incidents because people want to overtake, but
Ugh. Yeah.
but hopefully it rains.
Oh, yeah. You love the wet until it's at Baku.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sorry to butt in, but who likes Baku in the rains? Seriously.
Well, Limitless did. He was 15th best at one point at Baku in the wet in F1 2017.
Yeah.
And then when it came down to the league race, which was wet, someone crashed it into a wall and came last. And is now a walking meme in our community. Hence the name Agent Wingless.
I think in season 0 I got my best result in Baku, right?
Not sure. I'll go have a check after the stream because I physically can't touch my iPad right now as it's on 0%.
Fair enough.
So yeah, and I can check the comments on my phone, but I don't have Google Sheets, which is what I need. But anyway, Limitless, what are you gonna say about Bahrain and Canada? Anything?
Bahrain, I normally do okay at Bahrain. I think I remember I won there in F1 2017. I remember that, beating Hassan. I think.
Good times.
But yeah, normally I do okay. I think I got a podium in season 0. So
Yeah, you did.
Try and aim for a podium. I'm not sure. And then in
Canada.
I normally do okay in Canada as well.
So 3 fairly average tracks, you'd say.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird because most people have favourite tracks, but then like the ones I prefer, like I'd say Bahrain's one that I prefer, but there's none where I think I'm going to get a really good result here.
Oh, fair enough.
So
I could probably agree with you on that if I raced, but I don't. There's a reason for that. So anyway, RTYC, I'll move on to you. Thank you, Limitless, for your time. RTYC, what do you think about your team and your teammate, obviously Renault?
Well, I raced with Egwell against Vettel in another league, so he's a quick driver as well. So
Yeah, and don't worry, you can mention the league.
yeah, I just trying to remember its name.
Nobody can, it's fine. It's called FPS. Oh, now I'm starting beef with a league I commentate in, damn it.
I don't know, watch it.
Well, to be fair. Yeah. I actually lost a sub when I signed for FPS as a commentator. I lost a sub, so sad face.
Wow.
Sad
The
times.
grind is real.
Yeah. But I gained like 3, so, you know,
Yeah, win-win.
yeah, it balances. But yeah,
But yeah, but with the teammate, I don't want to jinx this because, as you've known, as you've seen, I have not had the best of luck. So, I think, as soon as I can get my rear end just sort out, because that's why I'm struggling the most. Is just flicking
oh yeah,
quick step overs, yeah. So I'm struggling with that at the minute. But I still think I think we could push for the championship.
what, Constructors Championship?
Yeah, the Constructors
Yeah.
Championship, yeah. I'm just hoping like a top 10. Anything above top 10 is a win for me.
Okay. Apart from the fact that it's
I'm
not
not-
unless it's first. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I will be like saying to Val, if I'm faster than you, are you gonna let me go?
yeah.
You know,
Now,
but so
Yeah.
might try to work something out as a team.
okay. Now, I will just point out some things to some people who used to be in SSR. So the main guys like Limitless, like Hassan, like SSR Phoenix and Black Phoenix. Luke Vettel is actually Luke Kimmy from back when we raced with him. Except a lot cleaner now. Wait, what did you just say, Limitless?
I said really because I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is. I only know because I remember him being like, my old account's got banned, this is my new account. Then I looked at his message and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah. Just the random things that you get here at Rising Phoenix. We're the only team that has... Well, we're the only league, in all fairness, that has a team of 4. And when we get more reserves in, we're actually going to put reserves into teams as well for a reserve championship. But yeah, so now RTYC, just to end this off really, what do you think of our first 3 tracks of the season? Australia, Bahrain, Canada.
Australia is a strong track for me. I'm quite consistently fast in length, yeah, and it's just the second sector through the fast chicane. I've got a good setup for Australia.
You're the first person ever who I've heard say that they're good at Australia. Bahrain.
Bahrain, I'm quick around too, but it all depends on other drivers because I know other drivers are strong at Bahrain as well.
It seems to be one of those tracks where you're either super strong or you end up biting the dust, so...
Yeah.
Obviously, 3 DRS sections. And finally, Canada. What do you think about there?
Pass. I saw, yeah, like the last race of Canada, man, I was so frustrated with myself.
Well,
yeah, I know.
yeah. Enough said about that. The better. Sorry. Well, I thank each and every one of you for, well, both of you for taking part in this, and I thank everyone at home for watching this. We will be back next week Saturday for the first race at Australia. It would be Friday, except we don't start seasons on Fridays. Yeah. Also, if a season... Also, from every season now onwards, just to let everyone know, we will be doing a classic car race at an old track on the Friday before the season starts on the Saturday. And again, that's an invitational one, so there could be we'll invite 1 or 2 drivers from outside the league to take part as well, as sort of an invitational event that you don't have to join. However, it will be there from the end of this season onwards. But yeah, thank you all ever so much for watching. We'll see you at Australia next week. Bye.